Everybody knows Spongebob SquarePants. It's a very popular show on Nickelodeon. This show caused a lot of buzz, and it just so happens that I am one of the biggest fans of it. I really love how this show takes place under the sea. Okay, let's go back to the year 2004. Do you all remember the Spongebob SquarePants movie? I loved to watch it. It even airs on Nick sometimes. Here's the synopsis. There's trouble brewing in Bikini Bottom. Someone has stolen King Neptune's crown, and it looks like Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob's boss, is the culprit. Though he's just been passed over for the promotion of his dreams, SpongeBob stands by his boss, along with his best pal Patrick, and they both set out on a treacherous mission to Shell City to reclaim the crown and save Mr. Krabs' life. However, few know that there was an unreleased director's cut. One afternoon, I was playing SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom on my PlayStation 2. I then got bored and went on my computer. When I was about to watch SpongeBob episodes, I received an email from one of my friends. He told me that there was an unreleased director's cut of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I gotta admit, I was interested. I then began to go down a rabbit hole, searching for it. I tried contacting the people who worked on the film via emails or phone calls, but I never got a response. Or, best case scenario, I only got an answering machine. My last resort was contacting Steven Hillenburg, the person who created SpongeBob SquarePants, and one of the two people who directed the film. Oddly enough, I actually did manage to get a Skype interview with him. I asked him general questions, such as where he got the idea for the film, and what did he think of the finished film. When I finally asked him about the supposed director's cut, he just fell silent. I could see his face going pale, as he proceeded to then tell me, "Don't look for it. Just let the memory die." He hung up the call right then, and I just sat at my desk, confused. I went to bed. The next day, I tried emailing Mr. Hillenburg about the director's cut in an attempt to find out more. I actually managed to get a response from him. Email stating, "Look, I'm not sure if seeing it is a very good idea, but I'll lend it, as long as you give me your address, so I'll be able to send it to you. Just like everything else you see, the following that you will see will forever stay in your mind." I was unsure if I really wanted to see the director's cut at this point. I guess you could say morbid curiosity got the best of me, as I typed my reply with my address, as well as a thank you note. And about a week later, I received a package from Mr. Hillenburg himself. It was the director's cut VHS tape. Strangely, it had the same exact design as the regular SpongeBob SquarePants movie VHS tape, and I was so overjoyed that I grabbed my old VHS player, went to go get some popcorn, put in the tape, and was ready to watch. If only I could take it back. The intro of the film was different. You know where the pirates get the tickets to the SpongeBob movie? Well, the shot just stays there. It just freezes on the pirate in the crow's nest using the telescope. He didn't move at all. You couldn't even hear the voices of the pirates. It was just total silence. After about 6 minutes, the tape cut to the scene of SpongeBob and Patrick driving in their Krabby Patty car, singing the Goofy Goober song. Now, this was a pretty late point in the film, and again, dead silence. It cut to static for about 30 seconds, but again, it was silent. The weird thing is that I could make out some sort of video in the static. It looked like Patrick, who was no longer in the car and was on the road, laying unconscious, and SpongeBob, who was still in the car, running over him repeatedly. As he kept doing this back and forth motion, blood spurted on the screen. The blood was either food coloring that might have been used for the making of this realistic blood splatter, paint, or real. I mean, it wasn't your regular cartoon blood. I nearly vomited, but after the video clip ended, the film cut to the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick receive their seaweed mustaches from Mindy. Again, though, total silence. When it got to the scene of where SpongeBob and Patrick are falling into the trench without taking the stairs, right when they were about to hit the branch, it once again cut to static. This time there was no hidden video, and it was just regular. It cut to the shot of the monsters walking away after following SpongeBob and Patrick to the other side of the trench. This was the point where SpongeBob called them hideous, disgusting monsters. However, this scene went on longer than I expected. It showed the monsters walking away for about 5 seconds. For no reason whatsoever. They then all began fighting each other. I mean, blood and organs were flying. It then cut to SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mindy at the Krusty Krab 2, where Plankton commands King Neptune to kill them with his fiery staff. And he actually does it. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mindy were disintegrated by it. SpongeBob's head landing next to Plankton, who laughed evilly. King Neptune then finally burns the poor frozen Mr. Krabs, who melts into blood and organs. I paused the film. I went into the bathroom to throw up. When I came back, I unpaused it. Instead of the credits rolling, there was just a black screen and distorted piano music in reverse. Probably J.S. Bach, Badinieri. I don't know. I quickly turned off my VCR, ejected the tape, smashed it to pieces, and threw the pieces out the window. I'm never going to buy any bootleg tapes like this. Ever. I had nightmares about it for almost a week. The original movie aired on Nick a few months later, on a rainy day. As I sat there for 25 seconds, there was a whisper behind me. Want to watch it again? I turned around, and I noticed. I noticed my SpongeBob plushie had these red eyes and was smiling.